Browns trade Baker Mayfield, former number 1 pick, tops list of Cleveland QBs taken in first round since 1999. Baker Mayfield's time in Cleveland finally came to an end on Wednesday, when he was traded to the Carolina Panthers in exchange for a conditional 5th-round pick. Mayfield joins the list of former first-round quarterbacks who were selected by the Browns since they returned to NFL in 1999. While his career in Cleveland obviously left something to be desired, Mayfield undoubtedly enjoyed more success with the Browns than the 4 previous first-round quarterbacks who preceded him. Now that his time with Cleveland is over, let's rank where Mayfield's Browns career ranks with the team's other first-round picks at the position over the past 2+ decades. Mayfield tallied a 6-7 start as a rookie while quarterbacking a team that went a combined 1-31 the previous 2 seasons. Along with throwing for the second most yards in Browns history for a single season, only Bernie Kosar's 1986 season was more prolific. Mayfield threw more than 3 times as many touchdowns, 26, than interceptions, 8, during the regular season while leading the Browns to 11 wins, the most since the 1994 season. Mayfield then threw 3 touchdowns passes in Cleveland's wild-card win over Pittsburgh, the franchise's first playoff win in over a quarter-century. But despite dealing with multiple injuries, Mayfield made 14 starts, winning 6 of them, while throwing for over 3,000 yards with more touchdowns, 17, than picks, 13. The Browns won just 5 games those first 2 years, with Couch being the starter for all but one of those wins. Couch led the Browns to a 7-9 record in 2021 while becoming the 4th QB in franchise history to throw for over 3,000 yards in a season. Couch, who that season recorded the 2nd highest single-season completion percentage in franchise history, led the Browns to the franchise's first playoff berth since returning to the NFL. But with Couch sidelined with injury, backup quarterback Kelly Holcomb threw for 429 yards in a 36-33 playoff loss to Pittsburgh. Couch was released after the season and would never play in a regular season game again after suffering a rotator cuff and shoulder injuries. Quinn made 10 starts that season, going 2-8 before suffering a season-ending injury in Week 14. In a Week 10 loss to the Lions, Quinn became the first Browns quarterback to throw 3 touchdowns in 1 quarter. 2 weeks later, he threw for 271 yards and 3 touchdowns in a loss to the Chargers. The following week, Quinn started during the Browns' 13-6 win over the Steelers that essentially knocked Pittsburgh from playoff contention. Cleveland ultimately decided to commit to Anderson, who led the Browns to a 10-6 record in 2010, while trading Quinn to the Broncos. A former minor league baseball player, Whedon was 28 when the Browns made him the 22nd overall pick in the 2012 NFL Draft. He went 5-10 as the Browns starter that season while throwing for 3,385 yards with 14 touchdowns and 17 picks. Whedon went 0-5 as a starter the following season while throwing as many touchdowns, 9, as interceptions. Released the following off-season, Whedon made 3 starts in Dallas and another start for the Texans over the next 2 seasons. After 2 horrific starts as a rookie, he was inexplicably thrown into the starting lineup late in the year despite Hoyer leading the Browns to a 7-6 start. Manziel won his first game as a starter in Week 2 of the 2015 season. In a 30-9 loss in Pittsburgh in Week 10, Manziel set career highs by completing 33 passes for 372 yards. He won his next start 4 weeks later, a 24-10 win over the 49ers that saw him throw for 270 yards with 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Manziel was inactive for the Browns' regular season finale with a concussion, but reports quickly surfaced that he was in Las Vegas during the weekend of the game instead of being with the team. Manziel was never picked up by another NFL team.